Sorry, what was that? I beg your pardon? No, I think we're just chatting right now. We don't go live for another. That's hilarious. 1 second. Welcome to my room. I'm gonna sing to you. Now you see me. Now you see. We can see you now. I see you. See, there's a 30-second lag here. Um, Good. Are we cool? I can't see you. I can't see you. We can't see you. That's all I'm getting right now. We can see you. We can't see you. Brittany, help me out. Can you see me? um, I just. Oh, and so just so you know, in Los Angeles, we are mandated to wear masks at all times now. So this is going to be kind of a. Okay, seeing you. Good. Yeah, sorry about the hairdo. Yeah, quarantine's been rough. I'm not gonna lie, but I've always wanted to grow my hair out. And now, sorry, what? Oh, okay. My assistant is telling me. Got it. Okay, news alert, folks around the world. You cannot get COVID-19 through the internet. So I can take my mask down. There we go. Hi. Ooh, yeah. I need a haircut. Hi, everybody. Hi, friends. Hi, cousins. I am drinking. This is real scotch. I'm only a few sips in. I wanted to save it for you guys, you folks. Hello to the. You're great now. You great now, says Britt. You great now. Thanks, Britt. Thanks for taking. Everyone give a shout out to Britt, by the way, for being amazing on a Saturday and helping us out and keeping this creation thing going. I also have her on text here just to play the catch up with the questions. So anyone who's having a drink with me out there, cheers. I love you. LTTU crew and everyone else and everyone who's new to hanging out with me. I'm sort of trying to pull off the middle-aged Timothy Chalamet meets 1970s rock star Lindsey Buckingham thing going on here. What do you think? Should I grow it out more? Yes? Bloody Mary. Cheers, 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 David. Good. Oh, good. Aussies are drinking in the morning. It's tomorrow there, first thing in the morning, but they're drinking. Oi, oi, oi! I love it. And just a little shout out here. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to not spill scotch on my. Oh, camera's opposite. You see that? That goes out to the UK. Kaza and her daughter, part of the Growly McLeod triplets team that I ID'd in England. That says less than 3 equals love etched on my scotch glass. So cheers to Kaza and the Growly triplets. Mmm. Delicious. Hi. It's so weird. With no sound on the other end, I can't hear you. Oh. But this is basically what an actor does anyways for an audition or rehearsing lines. So it's not out of the pale for me to talk to myself for hours at a time. So I'm just going to pretend that this little green dot is my best friend, and we'll do just fine. All right. Shall we get to some questions? I'll wait 30 seconds for you to answer. Okay, let's go. Let's go. So, was that a yes on the hair? Should I keep just letting it grow? By the way, highest tipper gets to see what's underneath the wig, the real quarantine hair. So I know that incentivizes all of you. And also, what's actually happening here? Ooh, just a taste. Oh, just a taste. Look at that. Just a little bit of that. What's really happening? Saul's belt. Or as the French say, Saul's pantalones. Although that was more Italian or Spanish. Let's get to some questions, because you're going to start worrying about my mental health. As you should. All right. All right. Moondoggy 2705. I'm hoping that's a Logan. I'm hoping that's an amazing, generous assistant Logan right there. What would be your first question upon waking up after being cryogenically frozen for 100 years? Well, that's good quarantine existential questioning there, because I feel like I have been frozen for 100 years, and it's only been 7 weeks. Only 7 weeks. That's madness. But just to keep it in a quarantine theme, I'd say, where are my pants? Right. I'd also be like, is Robert Redford president? He would be still alive. Yeah, I can hear the laughter around the globe. I could feel your love. Thank you. We have all lost it at this point. At least I don't feel alone. But it is weird not hearing anything. So I'm just gonna. This is a pathway to madness, by the way. You know this. Doing video chats to only texting things coming back at you. Kindle Gray. 0529. I'm reading the time code. That's not the handle. At 529, Kindle Gray said, PMQ. What? I don't even know what PMQ is. What is your favorite catch line? Oh gosh, I say this all the time at panels, but I'm sorry. Excuse me. I just adjusting. I say this all the time at panels. The favorite's a really hard one, but I think if I had the most kind of poetic, beautiful, sad catch line, it has to be of it friends and colleagues who've died on my watch. And the second one, the compatriot to that, be like, more survivors than friends. To me, when I read that line with the Mick and Ketch's relationship, just his very complicated relationship with the relationships. This guy doesn't really know love. He doesn't know friendship, and he's alone in the world, like a lot of us feel at times. Like I feel right now. Ow! Whoo! Let's drink to that. To feeling alone in the world. Get it. But we're not alone right now, are we, cousins? Folks, you have a front row seat to a descent into madness. You can say, on May 2nd, 2:39 Pacific Standard Time, you watched a man go mad. Congratulations. All right. If you had to describe the SBN family in a few words, what would you say? I would say minimum. I have more than 100 superlatives, but I would say generous and charitable. I think that's been the overwhelming note of sort of entering into this family or fandom. And as many of you know, I took Misha's and Well, J2M's lead and totally derived from you folks, wonderful folks, and tried to do something. We wrote, raised a lot of money for Alzheimer's and the Alzheimer's Foundation of America, and they just wrote a very glowing article that's coming out in their magazine, and that is yours. That's for you guys. So they were very complimentary of all the work you did. Just so utterly, infinitely humbled by that. And so, yeah, you'll get bored with me saying that over and over again. But yeah, thank you. Lots of questions coming in here. That was Amy. Amy, qu'est-ce qui se passe, Amy? Salut, mon ami. If you could choose to have any superpower, what superpower would you have? This is on the nose, but I gotta say flight. I mean, if I could just run out my door and go fly, I would love to go fly. So I'm thinking about getting my pilot's license at some point. So I've always wanted to do that. So maybe when they let me out of my self quarantine, I can take some lessons. I'm really liking this, by the way. I'm sorry, but this is working. This is working. It's working. They asked me a very interesting question. Speaking of superpowers, what my banal superpower would be. When I was talking to Armageddon Expo, I don't know if any of you came and saw that little show in my tux and my making bacon knickers, or as the UK would say, my pants. I've been schooled in the way of pants and trousers and pantalones and breeches and breeches. Work that hair, thank you. Say 30-second lag. Wig! Where did that wig come from, girl? You stepping on my hair game. Don't be stepping. If you could create a movie to star in, what type of movie would it be? That's a great question. I actually have a feature film in development right now that got greenlit and then turned around. But I think my favorite film genre would be... Are you guys familiar with like Spinal Tap and Waiting for Guffman, the Christopher Guest style comedies, the improv comedies, A Mighty Wind, A Best in Show? That would be an improvised but very realistic, straight improv, long-form improv movie, I think would be my favorite thing, because I come from Canadian sketch comedy, and as many of you out there know, all the Winnipeggers and Ontariites, all the Canuck friends out there, they know the first rule of Canadian sketch comedy is funny wigs. Don't you ever call this a wig again, wherever that was. Very, very cruel. I'm just reading text here. They're flying in. They're flying in. What the art behind you, Adam, had sunflowers. What do you have? Oh, I have like this cool old Los Angeles map, copyright 1909, bird's eye view. It's like a cool axonometric architectural urban planning 1909 drawing of LA. Just beautifully rendered and just like this cool practical, my architecture background kind of map. Sorry, I'm just adjusting again. Let me get it. Oh, let me do that a little bit. Oh, sorry, I was just my leg was falling asleep. Obrigada. Bom dia, obrigado. Someone asked me to speak some Portuguese. Back to questions. Was the tattoo that introduced us to Catch real, or was it makeup? I've got this question a lot, actually. Beautiful job, Patricia Porter and the gang. That was a really cool sort of, not iron-on, I was going to say iron-on decal, but that would be tragic and sad. I would have burn marks. Just the easy-on fake tattoo. And they had like a whole baggie full of them. And they'd actually sort of stay on for 3 days, which was cool. Like, because I shower every other week. But that's me. I'm a different kind of cat. I haven't been showering at all in quarantine, as you can tell by my, I was going to say by my musk, but you can't smell that through the green dot. Yeah, makeup. If you could choose, oh wait, hold on. If you could be any of the Scooby-Doo characters, who would you be? I'd be Scrappy. I could pick Scrappy, right? Scrappy-Doo. Just because I always feel like I've been the underdog my whole career, my whole life. The little nerd who trying to make good. I'm not short, but I'm like, always felt a little bit behind the 8 ball a bit. But, hard work and perseverance. That's the only formula. Chin up, good attitude. We all know that in this family, don't we? Keep going, keep fighting. Star Silly. Hi, Star Silly. Star Silly, a wonderful artist. I want to say Texas, but definitely the South. Hey, love. She's done some incredible graphics and fan art for me. Some amazing banners and the like. She's asking, did I binge SPN before I started playing catch? I did a half binge. What I did was, because I didn't have a lot of time, I don't have a lot of time to watch TV anyways when I'm auditioning and working. But what I did is I sort of went to the, this is a weird look. Sorry, I try not to look at myself on the camera, but this is, it's quarantine. It's quarantine pass. What I did do is I Googled, like, Entertainment Weekly's, like, top 10, top 20, and then, like, all these lists that fans had made of their favorite episodes. And then so I went back and watched those. The other thing, too, though, some of you may know this, and I've said it in panels before, but my roommate for 8 years when I was, I wouldn't say struggling, but I was sort of just like a lower middle class working actor. I was sort of transitioning from having like a bunch of Joe jobs to actually making acting my full-time career. And he was a huge Supernatural fan. So, I mean, that's how long the show's been on, which is amazing, as you know. But he was a huge fan, so I would sort of catch the show by osmosis. And I was a big Battlestar Galactica fan, and so I was like, oh, that's Crowley, that's a guy from Battlestar. Like, and I was like, oh, there's a lot of Canadian actors on the show. So I was like aware the show was filming in Vancouver, and so I did my due diligence. The best research for me was the 2 wiki pages. That was incredible. Just as a nerd and someone who loves dramaturgy, to see the scope and breadth and width of the canon, and then don't get me started on the head canon. That's a whole other world. That's a whole other layer of fun deep dive. But to get back to your point, the original question. So yes, I had a lot of research. I knew the world enough, and then I went back and sort of watched 10 or 15 of like the top episodes. And I was like, okay, got it. The other thing that I had though too was this was a new character coming from a new world, coming from a new lore. So in that sense, you have the advantage of kind of being able to make it up. And then Phil Segrisha was my director on the first day. That little phone call with after offing Magda at the motorcycle. And so we had a lot of free time to kind of wrap. That was my first little tiny snippet on set, was the Magda phone call. And then Phil gave me a lot of backstory then. So between all those resources and the ability to create a little bit, I was able to hopefully string something together. Gosh, like, how about, you want that up close? What about that? Some more of that? I think I'm going for it, folks. I'm getting attached. Miss Humble. Hello, Miss Humble. Dimples. If you could choose anyone dead or alive, who would you want to be quarantined with? Prince. That would be one fascinating guy to hang out with. He's one of my favorite artists of all time. But I've heard he's just this... sorry, rest in peace, Prince. Rest in Prince. Said many. Yeah, why not? And the first rule of improv, just go with the first thing that hits your subconscious. So, hope you're doing well, Miss Humble. Less than 3, baby. Cheeky fat. Alright, cheeky fat's on the line. Look, let it lie. Cheeky fat. The accents are a little emerging right now. Trying to do Black County for our love, for our cheeky love in the north. The North Country, the Black Country. I know it's all hybrids. But don't worry, I'm doing my homework. Accent challenge is coming, folks. It's coming. Adam and I are going to start with each other's. So, I don't know if he told you, but... you can give me notes later. Okay? Truculent, demi-troll Claire. Not to be confused with Claire with a K, who's half ladybug. If you were running for president, who would want that job? Although apparently anyone can have it. Oh, hey-oh, ouch, hurts. What would your catchy campaign slogan be? Let's pave with Dave. I'd be a very practical road building. I'd be all about infrastructure. Let's get these roads paved. That would be my one platform. Let's pave with Dave. I hope I can have your vote for paving with David. And of course that makes sense that comes from Cheeky Fi, if I've got this right, because she's a Washington native and we had a wonderful laugh in Stu Nudo. I like Stu Nudo. Oh, yeah, a dude. I hope this is actually a dude. Stu Nudo. I love how Shell is. We need infrastructure improved, to be honest. I don't disagree. The roads in California are embarrassing for the amount of taxes we pay. I literally crossed the line into Utah, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is how it should be mine. I really shouldn't wear these. Potholes are... I really shouldn't read the comments. I was warned not to read the comments. Gosh, it's weird. Stu Nudo. PMAs as a Packers or PM. Oh, see, sorry, I'm getting these texts. Stu Nudo 0542, which I thought was his handle, but no, that's probably when he asked the question. PM, but it's PM. I was like, what's PMAs? What is this interesting internet talk you speak of? Is this like ooh-woo? Ooh-woo? Are you ooh-wooing the... Oh, gosh. Promised myself I wouldn't ooh-woo during this chat. As a Packer fan, yeah! Thank you. Love you as a Gabe in the State Farm commercials. Thank you so much, my brother. Or lady. Or they, them. How fast would it take Catch to put Gabe down if they met face-to-face? Like less than 3 seconds. No, Catch versus Gabe. Gabe is all bluster and vulnerability, whereas like Catch actually has some skills. But thank you for liking Gabe. I had so much fun with that, and I had so much fun with both Aaron and Patrick. So I'll miss that gig too. My goodness, it's all coming to an end here. Leanne Dorms. If you could go drinking with any fictional character, who would it be? This is going to sound patronizing. Well, first of all, does Darth Vader drink alcohol? Interesting question. Does alcohol... I guess it technically you have the Space Cantina. But then the other sort of pandering answer to that would be, I would love to go drink with Mick Davis. Mick Davies? Oh, see, I'm doing it. The people... Adam and I have this joke now. People have gotten his name wrong so many times that we now get it wrong. When people are like, they call him Mitch Davis, and it's Mick Davies. But people have said it wrong so many times, and he and I joke about it so many times, that I don't even know if what's real anymore. Really, I really don't know what's real anymore. Are you real? Is this real? Is this on? Yeah. I told you it was going to be unvarnished. And by unvarnished, I mean not polished. All right. Moving on. Ooh, this is a good question. Did you take any props from set? If not, what would you have taken? Props. So I'm going to delineate this just a little bit because I did take all my saucy catch socks, but they don't want them back. That's sort of like a freebie, but it's not prop. That's sort of wardrobe. I did get a few extra catch tattoos, stowaway, and then prop. What would I take from set if I could? Grenade launcher. Easy. If they gave me that grenade launcher that I catch a ride with, which was just such a cool, fun, challenging day, that was pretty awesome. That was like, excuse me while I just, yeah, there we go. That was just like, oh gosh. What do you think of what if I did this? What if I did the emo, just one eye, just kind of like, hold on. Is that good? Hi. Sorry, I really should not be able to see myself. That's a terrible mistake of all things. Sorry, just reading questions. Who would be your co-star or be your leading lady in your movie? Oh gosh, that's a great question. So I guess I gotta have a fantasy thing here. You know, it's interesting because in my movie right now, there's this casting based. I don't know if she can act, but man, is she a personality. And people have asked me, like, who are my two celebrity crushes? Or no, who's my celebrity crush? And everyone that knows me knows it's OG Paige Davis from Trading Spaces. But I realized this character that I wrote in this screenplay treatment that I made is based off I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to have to wait 30 seconds, but I'm going to just assume some of you. There was a show called Mythbusters, and I loved Mythbusters, the OG Mythbusters, and there was this wonderful, sassy, amazing, like, strong, empowered redhead woman who used to weld and make things. Her name was Carrie Byron. So any old fans of the old Mythbusters out there, Carrie Byron would be a perfect match for my movie. So let her agent know, I guess, if we get into it. Dana Dyson asks, out of the huge franchises, Harry Potter, Star Trek, Star Wars, Marvel, Loter. I don't know what Loter is. Jokes. Don't get all jumpy on the Twitter and things. Haydn-Jones says, we're stealing his nerd card. He doesn't know what Loter is. Of course I do. It's Live on the Range. Big fan of Live on the Range. Sort of a Western Tex-Mex sci-fi fantasy. Love on the Range. Loter. I feel like I'm killing myself, folks. And here's what you need to know. Party of one. Don't laugh at your own jokes out loud in the universe, but sometimes you gotta laugh at your own jokes. Because sometimes the only love is self-love. Quarantine love. I'm not going to touch that. You can get it trending though. Quarantine love is self-love. Hi. Okay. Sorry, I didn't answer the question. Star Wars. Still, even though they've broken this OG. I'm saying OG way too much. I apologize. That's so nerdy and like so 90s. But you know, time is immeasurable in quarantine and lockdown. Time is sometimes long, it's sometimes short. You can put that on an Instagram post. Time is sometimes long, time is sometimes short. Dash. Dave Hayden, Jones. Star Wars. But like, whoa! Am I still there? My computer just went to sleep. Whoop. Did I go away? Alright, my computer just parked itself for some reason. Okay, good. Hello. You're still here, cutie. Thanks. Thanks, Cher. What one would you be? Star Wars. But again, like more of the Rogue One style of the franchise. I'm not going to start wars here with the fandoms. SBN Rays fan. What actor would you fanboy over that you've never met? Ooh, I don't really fanboy that much, but I gotta say, I've always loved, when he was on The Daily Show, Steve Carell, like when he was in my peer group of comedians and stuff, like Samantha Bee was from Toronto, like Jason Jones, that was my crew growing up. I didn't know Steve Carell, but I knew of him, and then I would watch him on The Daily Show. And Produce Pete, some of the bits that Steve Carell did on The Daily Show, you knew he was such a good actor. The best comedians are really good actors, in my opinion. And gosh, I love the work that he's been doing for the last 10 years. I mean, just when he got choices, I think he made really smart choices. So, and then The Office, of course. But gosh, Steve Carell can just do it all, and really respect that he came from like truth-based comedy. So a big inspiration to me. Esther Viola. Hi, Esther Viola. How are you, my love? Esther Viola, for folks that you don't know, incredible artist from, I believe, Germany, but maybe I just met you in Germany. Maybe you're like Dutch or... This gets better. This just gets better. The more you drink, the more it gets better. Oh, gosh. Oh, excuse me. I'm just cross-legged. Don't forget, best tipper. And I remove my weave. So Esther Viola, incredible artist. You should check out her work. Buy some of it. Please support your artists in this time. If you have, we're all unemployed. A lot of us are unemployed and doing what we can. Do you have some weird random thing that you're really good at? You're looking at it. Mandy Hess. Favorite song to dance around in your underwear? There are so many. Dance parties in my house are a daily occurrence. They are often with my little daughter. And a favorite again is really hard, but let me tell you what we danced around. I was dancing around my sweats and my t-shirt, and she was in her Moana nightgown. And we listened to Johnny B. Good. So we were dancing to that. And we had and she did the cutest little shimmies. And Let me tell you, anyone who's been to SBM karaoke knows the sadness that I bring, but enthusiastic sadness. You can't say that I don't commit to the hips and the dancing. Oh, I like this handle. Oh, Stacy F. I don't want to skip Stacy F. What do you look forward to most at SBN conventions? Communion. I say this all the time. Actual human communion. None of the nonsense, none of the reactivity, none of the silliness, honestly, of what I mean, anyone who knows me knows that I do all social media kicking, screaming, and begrudgingly, even though I've met some of the kindest people and we've done some of the best work. Not a fan. What I am a fan of, and this is hard too because I'm not looking you in the eye, is you can really see someone when you're looking them in the eye and you see their body language and you see their face. And I really have just met some of the most extraordinary people and seen such extraordinary kindnesses of human spirit. So again, getting back to the full humanity, I hope really we can bounce back from this and get back to these conventions, because people live together, we're social animals, and I think we know this more profoundly than ever. And I hope that when we feel safe and there's really good mitigated risk. We're risk in everything, right? This is the way we live. The riskiest thing we do is if you drive a car, and we're not going to take cars away. But once we have better science, better data, and we can really trust being together again, I really look forward to that, because I love communion. I love intimacy. I love those private meet and greets. I love dinner with Davey, because that's when you can really get to know people. You can only know a person when you look them in the eye and you have a drink with them or have a meal and really be able to talk. I mean, there's always going to be a performance online. We know this. Even if you're not an actor or a politician or something, even your own Facebook account is a performance of self, right? I'm not interested in performance of self. Obviously, I have a persona. I do perform, but I like humanity. And I like connection, and I like intimacy. And, the rest is just noise and ephemera, So that's what I like best. That was a little existential, but it's my heart. It's my truth. Okay. Moose Swoose Art. I like Moose Swoose Art. If Ketch was still alive, how would he stop Chuck from destroying the world? Gosh, that is such a good question. How are anyone going to stop Chuck? Ketch would not stop Chuck, but I think he would have been a useful ally. And it's just like like the Marvel end game. You need like everyone with their special skill set to kind of do their thing. The final slow motion walk to do battle. But sadly, Ketch is gone. But I think he would have been a useful ally in Team Go Get God. Go Get God. That's Triple G, not to be confused with GG. So I hope that explains. I'm excited to see where the series goes. I've been watching this whole season too. I don't know where they're going to take it. Jar 107606. What is your favorite on-set memory? Oh, bless. Favorite question again. Being on set, really. I say this all the time, but I don't want it to be my stump speech. Like Pave with Dave. Pave with Dave. That's my stump speech. Although I sound like I'm running for Prime Minister at the Canadian and it comes out there. I just miss being on set. I miss all those people. It's one of my favorite jobs I've had in my whole life, to a person, and the role was just exquisite. And the crew, yeah, I'm in mourning for sure. But we have to go on. Things come to an end. All good things come to an end. But hopefully not the SPN family for a long time. Um, and hopefully we can do more of these in person someday. But yeah, favorite. I just loved working on that show, and the guys, everyone was so nice and so collaborative. Just a joy. Um, what are your favorite books? That's from Leanne Shirley. I was gonna do a Naked Gun joke there, but that's low fruit, and I'm alone here. Even that joke's not gonna make me laugh by myself. What are my favorite books? I read *Sapiens*. Thanks to Jared, told me to read *Sapiens* last year. I read that. Um, Truth be told, I've been talking to a lot of my nerd friends, and I know that Timothée Chalamet and one of my favorite all-time directors is doing Dune right now, and I've always known that I should read Dune. So I'm not a good nonfiction reader because I always collaborate too much with the book, meaning I fantasize and I can only get through 2 pages. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the audiobook, the Audible. So I started Dune, and we'll see how that goes because I really want to hear what the hype is about before I go see the movie. So any Dune lovers out there, give me a shout out. Love that too. Are you Bon Jovi? I wish. Doom is a good book. Different. Dune is phenomenal. Dune is awesome. You should definitely read Dune. Great. Oh, Tina Gilbertson. Oh, I know Tina. Well, by reputation. Do you think Ketch is partying with Rowena, Queen of Hell? Okay, shameful plug. Obviously, Ketch probably went to hell. My fantasy, this is Dave Haydn-Jones headcanon. I don't think partying per se, but I'd love to think that Rowena has made Ketch her valet, her manservant, let's be honest, her bitch. The idea of Ketch in the subservient, almost, royal family way, deference, minging and bowing and kneeling and genuflecting to Queen Rowena and her like, Ketch, fetch me whatever you can fetch in hell. And just be like, yes, my lady, yes. If you're a good boy, Ketch, if you're a good shall I even try to do Rowena? I haven't practiced a little Scottish. Ketch. No, yeah, that's close. That's close. I'll take some work, but Ketch, fetch me. I gotta work on it. I'll work on a Rowena Scottish brogue making Ketch her bitch. I'd watch that show. You want to watch at least a Netflix one-off movie of Rowena and Ketch, the hell years. Go write some fiction, please, everybody. If you found the DeLorean, what time would you travel to? Oh, that's such a hard one. That's a great one. That's another one from Miss Humble. Dimps. I want to go see dinosaurs. I would love to go. I got to go to the Jurassic, Paleolithic, any of the dinosaur eras where you could see giant, terrible lizards roaming the earth. I think I'd have to be bullet to my head, gun to my head. Oh, sorry, that's Mick Davies. Hey-o! Too soon? Too soon, yes, because it was just after Adam. Dinosaurs, Jurassic or Mesozoic. How about a little Mesozoic? There's an era that doesn't get a lot of press. Mesozoic. Let's why not Mesozoic Park? I don't know. What's the bigotry towards the Mesozoic? Why are we're not talking about Pangea more? Let's talk about Pangea. All you nerds out there, Give a shout out to Pangea. um, Marvel versus DC. DC, even though the movies are not good. Sorry, that's so Ravina. And don't be mad, Marvel people, Marvel Universe. DC is just because DC is Batman and Batman's the best. So DC just wins for all the other silly underwear wearing things. Sarah G 130. Hey David. Any tips? I assume this is Sarah, my peg person, my dungeon master, wanting to improve their game. Oof. Were you talking to a rusty bloke here, my lady? I would, but this is actually like legit. If you really want to be a dungeon master, I think you have to have a sense of theater and storytelling. So maybe take an improv class, maybe take a theater class, do some acting. The more I think you can perform and rivet the adventure, the more you can create a scene. I think the more that you would engage your the people going on your quest. So there you have it. And I know you have the dice. I know you have awesome dice. I've seen the pictures. Oh. Christina M. Any new hobbies during quarantine? You're looking at it. Wigs and Scotch, my friend. Don't think this is the first time. That's just me up in here. That's called Tuesday. No, but I have been trying to. I've been doing some more Duolingo. I'm gonna start my German again to try to get my German up to scratch. And then what else? Oh, I've been learning a lot of camera equipment stuff. Yeah, I got a new camera. I haven't had time to use it, but now I have time, so I've been learning a lot of skill sets with. I got a green screen. I got a new EOS, so I'm going to start upping my camera game. Unlike right now, just the standard laptop. Good stuff. Cheers, everybody. Hope you're having fun. I noticed Lederhosen. Cheeky Fi is back. What is the best prank you have ever played on someone? Oh my gosh. I used to be a big April Fool's guy, and I don't know, some of these are a little private, but I've gotten some good people. But I think one of my favorites, there was this, when I was living outside Calgary in the woods, we had one of those garages that was like below the deck and kind of in my parents' house, and we had watched this. My friend and I, we were double dating. We had invited the girls over to watch this very horrific wolf movie, like this wolf movie, and it was a full moon out, and I think we were 17, and it's just so mean. But we went for a hike, and we took off on the girls, and we had been talking about, but of course we kept them in our sights, and then we were just sort of like scaring them in the woods. But then the real thing we did was, we'd been talking about earlier that night, Christine. So I opened the garage door, and they were calling our names out. We were like, guys, it was like out of a horror movie. They were like, guys, this isn't funny. Like, come on, guys. The joke's over. And then me and my buddy were in the car with the garage open, but because it was so dark. And then I flicked on the headlights and roared the engine and came screeching out of the garage. And in slow motion, them jumping 10 feet in the air and screaming to high heaven. It's what boys do. We're dumb. We like to tease the ladies. I'm not proud of it, but I'm not ashamed of it either. And they were so in love with us that night because their adrenaline was roaring. So that was pretty good. Catholico. Oh, what's the weirdest nickname you've ever been given? Hey little Nad. I like saying that. Hey, little Nad. Hey, little Nad. Dwudge. Because it was an evolution. My nickname for a while was Dwudge with my poker circle in LA. Because my initials are DWHJ, and so people would go like, "Hey, what's up, DWHJ? What's up, DWHJ?" And then just be like, and then you like think about it, what's up, Dwudge? Yo, Dwudge, what's up? Dwudge, DWOODGE, and I even have a hat, and actually I have a hoodie that says Dwudge on it. So if we ever get to do a live convention again, you need to call me out and say Dwudge, DWOODGE, and tell me to wear my Dwudge merchandise. Although the hat will never fit, especially with this amount of. Holy Hannah, gorgeous. What color lightsaber would you have? Purple, easy. Mace Windu meets Prince, bringing a whole Prince. I was just asked this question the other week, interestingly enough. My Kyber crystal. What Kyber crystals would I need to forge a purple lightsaber? Thanks, Catholico. Thank you for all the love. Appreciate you. Smart, sensible Aussie. Would you ever teach acting? Oof, I don't know if anyone wants to know acting from me. I don't even know if acting in the art form that we know it to be is going to survive this. Well, I guess we'll always need stories. Maybe I'll teach acting someday when I get good at it. But I'm so far from being decent that I would not have the hubris to think that I could pass anything I know on to anyone else. Oh, this is fun. Robina Sandu, what board game would Catch play with Castiel? Now there's an episode I would watch. Catch and Castiel playing a board game. I don't want to rush this. Now, obviously, chess, that's an easy answer. I don't think, like, what I love about Castiel, though, too, is, like, he's so wise and yet pop culture wise. He has that lack of subtlety. I think Sorry would be hilarious. Like the old OG, because Sorry is actually an old school British game, like the very original. And I just think going on the slides and making Castiel go home all the time and just being frustrated and Catch with his scotch being like, I'm sorry, sorry, oh, sorry, oh, sorry, Castiel, sorry, Cass, I do like an angel. All of a sudden I feel like I'm Austin Powers. Oh, behave. Excellent. Hope that entertained you. It entertained me. That's all I'm going for right now. Because look at that. Come on. Ooh. Don't forget to tip. Tip your host. Get in the Zoom room with me. There's secrets. All secrets will be revealed. I feel like I look like Richie Sambora on a bender. Huh? Come on! Let's get it! Where the ladies at? Where the coat? Kids, that was irony. Totally fake. Don't start internet rumors. Alex, VO, what whiskey are you drinking? This would be a barrel proof. Oh, and look, we can see that a little better now. See the thing? The beautiful Kaz cubed. Less than 3 equals love etched. I got in Vegas. Oh, Vegas. Last time we were all together. Boo. Lafroig, barrel proof 18-year-old. Pretty good stuff. It'll put a wig on your head. I'll tell you. Put a wig on that head. Oh. Thank you, Hetty Boo. 1974, tip 250 notes. I hope that's like video game money notes. Excuse me. We're all friends here, right? Oh, God. I told you. You are witnessing a descent into madness. Oh, look at this. We're counting down now. We're counting down, kids. There's not much more to go. That's so Ravina. I like that. Best Halloween costume you've ever had. I'm not a big Halloween person. Only because I play dress up for a living. So when Halloween comes around, I'm like, oh, where's my costumer? I'm tired. I don't want to play dress up anymore. So I don't think I ever had. I do. No, it's not great, but it looks really good. Hey, you know what? Maybe I'll wear that to the next. No, I'm wearing the tux to dinner with Davey. But if we do one of these again, I'm going to wear my favorite 1970s disco suit. I know that's on the nose, but it's really good. It's a red, wide lapelled jacket, and I got the shades. And obviously I'll have the hair. So it's not a great costume, but it's fun. It's funky. It looks good. Fefe. Oh, hello, Fefe. Ciao. Ciao, Fefe. Fefe tu. Oh, Italians have my heart. What's the dumbest thing you have ever bought? This weave. All of this. That's probably the dumbest thing I've ever bought. No, you know what it was? I was such a sucker. I was like 20. Those infomercials of the 90s. It was called the AB. It was one of those. Remember when AB things were all the thing? There was always like every other week there was an AB thing, and this one looked like a spaceship and it had like rubber bands on it, and you were supposed to like, and you're like, and you were just like, it was idiotic. It was the AB. It was AB something, but it had rubber bands and it looked like a spaceship from V. I did not create a new cocktail. I'm just going with the classics. Sorry, but maybe I should work on one. Fefe. How many suits do I have? Asks Sarah Levesque. Well, after playing catch and Gabe, I think my closet has... I think I have 7 wearable suits and 5 terrible suits. Just because they're old, they're dated, and they're not tailored. But I think I have like 5 really good suits. So now I'm out of questions from Britt. We are counting down, kids. Daddy Cheese! Daddy Cheese! Someone asked me to say Daddy Cheese. I'll say Daddy Cheese. That's another nickname I inherited from the SBN family. A little Irish boy calls me Daddy Cheese. That's from Nads. But now you can add Dwudge to the mix. See? See, it pays to come to these things and learn all my secrets with a little scotchy scotch in me. Oh, thank you for the tips, everybody. Look at all these tips coming in. Daddy Cheese, it's the final countdown. Someone asked me to sing. I'm not just doing this. Like, it's the final countdown. This is material, folks, you can't get anywhere else. And there's a reason for that. Because you can only monetize this with StageIt notes and pay what you can. I never said it was going to be top shelf. But oh my goodness, you see a guy who's out there to entertain the troops. 28 seconds left to go. Are you coming to the Zoom room with me? I'll give you another taste of me gams. Oh, look at those gams, love. It's a river of great, of dissolution, ambition. I think this is good. Watch. Rowena. Catch, go fetch. Oh my God, let's watch. Catch, go fetch. Rowena. 2020. All right. Parthenon. Favorite food. Tom Kha Kai. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Tom Kha Kai. And that's what I'm making for dinner for Davey. If you want to see more of this, dare I say, sadness, or perhaps wonderment, you decide. I'm not going to put that on you. You're going to go to your little gossip circles and either be sad for me or feel you've got your glorious quarantine. I can't tell. I can't hear laughter. I can't hear sadness. I lobe you. I lobe you? I don't even know what that means. You like my ears? You can't even see my ears. I'm wrapping it up, loves. I LTT you. Love you. Lesson 3. I hope you got some new insight into madness, the crazy world that is DHJ. Signing off. Come visit me in Zoom. Bye. Thank you for doing this experiment with me. I love you all. Hope to see you soon, cousins, in the flesh. Bye.